Hi guys, welcome back to 100% Mag. So this is your match preview for the game against Manchester United at the weekend, 8 o'clock kickoff, live on TNT Sport for this one as we take on Manchester United at St James's Park. Last time around in this game we won 2-0 against Manchester United. Can we do it again? Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below, but let's sink our teeth into the information ahead of this game against Manchester United. Now, Man United were already in action on Wednesday night. We were in Champions League action on Tuesday night, so we've had a little bit of extra time to rest our legs. Of course, us playing in Paris in France, and Man United, of course, playing on Wednesday night, last night, of course, in Turkey against Galatasaray. Their game ended with a 3-3 draw after them being 2-0 up in the opening 20 minutes. Our game ended in a very controversial 1-1 draw after, of course, leading for 98 minutes in the game, and then PSG getting a very controversial penalty to seal themselves a point in the game. If you want to hear my thoughts on that, then go check out the match reaction from the PSG game. But we'll move on to this game against Manchester United at St James's Park. Now, like I said, last season we got a 2-0 win against them at St James's Park. It was Joe Willock and Callum Wilson who scored the goals. Unfortunately, both players will not be available this time around, as you will hear on the injury updates from what, of course, I've heard so far going into this game. We are bidding for a sixth successive home victory in the Premier League as well, which would match the sequence between February and April of 2022. Before that, you have to go back to 2004 for another half dozen wins at St James's Park off of the belt. Like I say, looking at Man United, of course, going into this game, Marcus Rashford will be available for selection after serving a one-game European ban in midweek. And ahead of their visit to St James's, Erik ten Hag's side drew 3-3, like I just mentioned, with Galatasaray in Turkey last night, despite going 2-0 up in the opening 20 minutes. Away from home in the Premier League this season, however, Man United have lost their opening two games, a 2-0 loss to Spurs and a 3-1 loss to Arsenal, but have won 4 in a row since a 1-0 win against Burnley, a 2-1 win against Sheffield United, a team, of course, that we beat at Bramall Lane 8-0. Then, of course, they have won against Fulham 1-0 and Everton 3-0, a team that we have, of course, after Man United on the Thursday coming after this game at Goodison Park. And they have lost twice. They've not drawn on the road as of yet this season. Their much malingered defence haven't conceded a PL goal in the last 208 minutes of play, and the referees that will be working over this game is none other than the Merseyside Whistler, Rob Jones, a third appointment of the season involving us for the Merseyside Whistler, following on from our 1-0 loss against Manchester City at the Etihad and a 3-0 success in the Carabao Cup against Manchester United at Old Trafford, where we beat them with our reserve youth side with a C squad pretty much there in that game. There was a few first teamers, but not a great deal of them. And on VAR will be Michael Salisbury. Now, looking at all of that, of course, I do think, with that being all said, we have enough in the tank to come away from this game with a result. Looking at our news on the injuries as well, we've got Elliot Anderson still out, Harvey Barnes still out, Sven Botman still out, Dan Burns still out, Sean Longstaff is a new player to the injury table, Jacob Murphy is still recovering from a shoulder surgery, and Matt Target, of course, is also out, and of course Joe Willock and Callum Wilson, like I mentioned before, are unavailable for this game. Sandro Tonali is, of course, suspended, so he will not be available for the game. Mailcraft and Matt Ritchie, of course, are available after being ineligible to face PSG in the Champions League on Tuesday night. Trippier and Jamal Lascelles are also both one booking away from an automatic one-game ban. So hopefully, they can keep the tackles to a minimum. Careful with the tackling, as of course we have Everton at Goodison Park after this one. I can't wait to see that game. By the way, Everton at Goodison Park with Anthony Gordon just absolutely killing it at the moment. Flash is doing amazing, and I cannot wait to see what he does against Everton at Goodison Park. But we've got to get past this game against Man United, of course, at St James's on Saturday coming. Now, going into this game, we currently sit 7th in the table on 23 points, plus 17 on goal difference. We are sitting 1 point behind Man United, who are in 6th place with 0 goal difference, of course, and Tottenham just in front of them on 26 points with a plus 8 goal difference. So if we win this game at the weekend, Tottenham, of course, are playing against Manchester City in their game. But if we win this game at the weekend against Manchester United, we will leapfrog Manchester United, and we will also leapfrog Tottenham as well, as long as they don't get a draw or a win against Manchester City. Then we will leapfrog both Manchester United and Tottenham and move into 5th place, and also only be a little bit behind Aston Villa, who is in 4th place in the table. So it's a fantastic chance for us to jump into that top 5 in the Premier League, and of course the perfect time to do it as well, with us starting to get into this heavy period of fixtures, with, of course, like I've just mentioned, the game against Everton not that long after this one on the 7th of December. Then, of course, we've got a game on the 10th of December against Spurs down in the capital at their stadium. Then, of course, we've got that Champions League game at St James's on the 13th of December. 16th of December sees we take on Fulham, and 19th of December sees we take on Chelsea at Stamford Bridge in the Carabao Cup to book ourselves through to the next round, hopefully. So the fixtures are coming thick and fast now. This is a festive period. This is where we will start to see the games coming thick and fast, and hopefully, the lads can get the legs going and keep themselves fit during this period, because this is the business end, I'll say, where you just got to start getting them results, and there's some winnable games in there as well. There is some tough games, but there's some winnable games in there, to get points on the board and really push on for the final legs of the season, getting into that January, February, and so on period, moving forward. So let us know your thoughts down in the comments below. Any Man United fans watching, let us know what you're thinking going into this game. Of course, we are firing on all cylinders. My score prediction for this one, I'm going to go Newcastle United 2, Manchester United 1. Let us know your thoughts down in the comments below on that, and also an update about the information from the game against PSG. The guy who was on VAR was stood down the very next night for, of course, his decision that had cost us the 3 points in the game. And UEFA look like they are going to be doing some sort of investigation, by the looks of it, into it. But I don't think that's really going to help us now. I don't think they can give with the 3 points from that game. So we'll just have to take it on the chin and move on. But let us know your thoughts anyway down in the comments below. Till next time, I'll see you on the next one. How are the lads?